Hello and welcome, Rangers! I'm Joe, here with me's my co-host Dan.
Hello and greetings.
And we're back with more shot-for-shot analysis, so let's just dive right in. So, last time we discussed how Dulcea saved the Rangers. She ended up whipping her staffs around. Well, she kind of broke it in. Not broke it, but like...
Split it in two?
Sort of. And twirled it around till it made a whistling sound that chased away the Tongu warriors. So that now we have her trying to put the staff back together, and Rocky goes to flank her. She swipes at him, wounding his hand. And he's kind of annoyed. And this startles the Rangers, who were kind of hoping for a friend and ally. And this is one of the only times where, let's be honest, in Power Ranger history, usually it's, we're friends. Yay! We're all friends here. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying I want, like, the Marvel, where everybody starts fighting each other for no reason. Like, that was really boring back in the 60s. And then DC did it in the 80s. And that was boring then, too. But you see, the thing with Dulcea is that she... How shall I put it? She is somewhere in the middle. And what she ends up doing is that she... tells them to go back where they came from, to whence they came from, and the Rangers will not do that. They can't do that. They are stuck there. They can't teleport out, and they are forced to kind of try to negotiate and try to persuade her that they have to do this. She tells them that the ground is littered with the bones of all those who've tried and failed to claim the secret power. And what I love is that the Rangers then kind of glance down like, ooh. they're going, wow, yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Not cool. Come the one guy, I forget what his name is on YouTube. Not cool. But then you have Aisha, who tries to explain, listen, our leader Zordon is dying and we're just trying to find a way to save him. At which point Dulcea then goes, wait, what? You're with Zordon? Okay, you're cool. And suddenly she drops the bouncer routine, and come on, she's the hottest bouncer I ever saw. And even though she's probably like 12,000 years old or something, so she's looking good for her age, for a retiree, for a cosmic boomer, for a... Okay, I couldn't resist these jokes. YouTube's probably going to hit this video and say, yeah, I'm not plugging you.
They're going to hit this like we'd want to hit those.
Let's not be crude. And, okay, we already have been. We're French. We cannot help it. And what she ends up doing is that she basically tells him, wait, Zordon? Your leader is Zordon? At which point they tell her yes, and she goes, well, she kind of starts drilling them for a bit more info, and they let it drop that there's Ivan Ooze involved. At which point she says, Ivan Ooze? Ivan Ooze is a monster. And she's familiar with him. She doesn't like him. And, of course, she tells them if they don't get the secret power, then Zordon and their planet are doomed. And commands them to follow her. Which, this is how you do tension, conflict, and then a kind of negotiation. If this was a Marvel movie, we'd have like a 25-minute fight where, they start bashing each other around, and then for some reason they just stop fighting and they're breathless and sweating.
Don't forget Dulcea going all girl boss and preferring Aisha and Kimberly.
Yeah, this would have been the case as far back as the Iron Man movie. This is what would have happened no matter what. Like, it's just the way those movies always were, and always are, and always will be. Same with DC. And the thing is, because it's Power Rangers, the characters just decide, screw it. What's more important is saving the universe from Power Rangers Krona, which is to say the most powerful demon in DC Comics. And let's call him a demon because he basically is. And, of course, the heroes follow after her, and she leads them.
And
what I like about the transition scene where they're following her is you see how long it is. You also see different shots of them walking, and you have the Rangers offering each other encouragement. We have to hurry. Zordon needs us. It's Kimberly who says that. But you can tell from the way they're advancing that, you know, they're tired and they're needing the extra encouragement. And that's where the thing is, you know, they need it. Oh, and real quick, I just remembered, because we skimmed over it, one thing that did show her effectiveness was that she did, when Tommy stood up to her and said, you know, we're different from all the others, she knocked him off his feet. And, you know, when he got back up, he kind of gave her a dirty look like, you knocked me off my feet. But I will actually defend Tommy and say that trick wouldn't work a second time.
It's Tommy. He knows how to fight.
He learns from his mistakes.
He is the Power Ranger.
In a straight-up fight right now, she'd win. In a straight-up fight with the initial White Ranger powers, she would win. The secret powers, he would win. I'll even go so far as to say the Red Zeo, even Turbo, by then, he would win. He'd kick her rear all over Phaedos. It's a matter of character development. At the beginning of this movie, you know, she'd win. At the end of the movie, I'd argue he would win. And because of the way of character developments and heroes' journeys, even without morphing, he would win. It's a matter of character development. And it's because the hero must surpass the mentor. It's just the way every story is written. Every story must go. And there are very clear reasons for this. It's about the phase of maturity within a character and their arc. But anyways, so yeah, they're going to be wandering off to go to where she is going to turn them into Ninjetti. But for next time, we're going to be discussing what Ivan's been up to, which is kind of a funny story, actually. As Ivan's been running loose on Earth, and interestingly been operating in a more subtle manner than one would expect from someone who tends to hit every problem like it's a nail, and he's a hammer. But he can have some subtlety of wits, as said. But anyways, remember... before I get to that, I just remembered, I gotta plug the new Bros Cringe channel. Don't forget to check that out, because it's, you know, where we're going to be portraying our audio dramas. And we have the trailer for one of them dropping this week. So do check that out. And we're almost halfway to 500 subs. So don't forget to like and subscribe, because, you know, let's get to 500. So, yeah, that'd be the next real stretch goal. And remember, Rangers, may the power protect you!